ahead and get started. So everybody, thank you for joining us today for our virtual open house of the Creston Plan. My name is Chuck, Regional Sales Manager for the Portland metro area, and I will be doing my best to help answer the questions as they come through the chat. And let me introduce you to Joe Becerra. He is the home ownership counselor that assisted these customers through the home building process and will present the video and talk us through the process and everything about this home that we're gonna do today. So let me go ahead and turn it over to you, Joe.
Thank you, Chuck. Yeah, my name is Joe. I'm a homeownership counselor here with Adair Homes in the Aurora, Oregon office. And as Chuck mentioned, we're going to be looking at the 2512 Creston. So I'm actually going to jump right into our website and share the screen here. Not what I wanted to do here. So can everybody see that, Chuck? Good. Okay, so I wanted to just start with the website and just kind of introduce everybody to that real quick if you're not familiar with it. AdairHomes.com is our website. When you're kind of browsing, obviously we have different regions. We build in 4 different states, and the states are broken up into different regions. So anytime you log on, you just want to make sure you're in the right region for your particular area. And you just click up here and it's going to guide you through going through your area. For me, change build area, I'm going to show Oregon. And then I'm going to pick the North Willamette Valley. And then I'm in my region. And as you're in different regions, you can do the same. Again, when you scroll, when you click onto our website, then what you want to do is you want to go directly into our plans if you want to view those. It breaks them down pretty good, 1 level, multi-generationals, and so on. Again, we're looking at a 2-story today, so I'm going to click on that one. Once you click on the 2-story, then it separates them by square footage. And as you scroll down, the square footage gets larger. So we're going to scroll down to the Creston. We'll take a peek at the Creston. I click view. And anytime you click on a plan, the first thing that comes up is the plan itself. And it's going to give you a scrolling screen that you can look at different exterior options. And then when you scroll down, it's going to give you a summary of the home itself. It's going to give you a base price, square footage, bedrooms, bathrooms. Then when you scroll down, it's going to give you the layout of the home, the floor plan. You can click on upper, and then it'll give you the layout for the upstairs or the second level. The interactive floor plan, people like that a lot because you can just go directly into looking what a wraparound porch would look like. If you see it, adds it here. Covered patio. So it's a really cool website. If you haven't been on it, I encourage everybody to take a look at that one. So, and then the other thing I wanted to show on here is as you continue to scroll down, then it's going to give you an option for exterior options or able to view different exterior options. The Adair plans, different floor plans come with different exterior options. Some may come with 2, some could come with 4, some could come with 6. And that's basically just going to describe what the outside is going to look like based on what you select or consider. I want to make sure everybody knows nothing inside changes at all. You'll still get the hardy plank siding, the gelled windows, the Shaw flooring, Moen faucets, Ridgecrest cabinets. A lot of great standards will still remain the same. And then as you're viewing them, you can go here. The options are tradition or classic, traditions, signature, and the farmhouse. What I really like about this too is as you're clicking on the photos, the description here will change to tell you what's different about that exterior option. So there's the classic description. Click on traditions, that description is going to change, and so forth with signature and farmhouse, and it details what those changes might entail. And then when you scroll down, it's going to give you the different price points on those exterior options. So I think that's, just a great thing to have in front of you when you're considering different things. Chuck, anything to add on that part?
No, and I did mention it, but please, at any time, if anybody has any questions, feel free to put them in the Q&A section. I'll be answering them as we go along through this process. So we're unsure of where you're at in the process. This might be your first exposure. You might be working directly with someone. So wherever you're at, feel free to ask questions. It is likely someone's thinking the same thing. So we encourage as much interaction as possible.
Good, great. So now I'm going to go into the actual floor plan. So this is how a home starts when you're looking at our different plans. It's just going to give you the layout that Adair has created and give you everything that you're going to want to know about the home. It's going to break down the dimensions of every room. It's going to tell you where your outlets are at. As you can see down here, you got a little legend to detail all that. It also has already calculated the total square footage for those dimensions that are listed. So when you look at this home, I just wanted to give you guys a quick look at this one. This is how it started out. And as you see, some of the highlights you're going to see here is that they actually, due to the great views that they have on their property, they added some windows in the great room, the bonus room, and then bedroom 5, they actually turned into a den and added a really cool window there as well. Some of the other highlights in here that you won't see until we get to the video, they also added 9-foot ceilings, they added the wraparound porch. And so now I'm going to click on their actual plan. So here's their actual plan. There we go. And as you can see now, the great room, they've added just a giant window here. The bonus room now has a giant window to, again, to take advantage of their views. Original bedroom here is now turned into a study with also a really nice window there. If you see now, it details the porch cover that they've added as well. And some other things that they added that was really nice was they added some lighting to their great room. They added some lighting to their bonus room. Chuck, anything you see there that you want to add?
I just say I've worked on a couple of these houses, and it does as well, and you don't see it on this one. If your property is large enough, there's a nice side garage option that moves the garage over to the side of the house. So if you really like outdoor living, if you really like front porch space and stuff like that, when you do the side garage, you still walk through the utility. You just walk through the side of the utility. And it extends that front porch across the entire length of the front of the house. So it's you know, whenever you do a side garage with this plan, if you've got the space, it is a really beautiful wraparound porch. So if you've got the space and you're considering this plan, there's a great option for it.
Thank you, Chuck. So I think we'll go into the video and take a look at that now. So you'll get a better view, but just so you're aware, this is going to be the signature exterior option that they selected for this home. And I'll kind of just start the video here. Actually, let me pause that music a little bit. Went kind of quick there. So it's going to go right into the kitchen here. You notice those can lights in the kitchen are standard, which people love. It's a great layout there with this can lights as standard. People really love that feature. There's a great look at their kitchen. So I wanted to show, these are some naughty alder cabinets that they upgraded to. And then they actually stayed with all our complementary finishes as far as countertops, the flooring, and the appliances. So you can see it's just a great standard package there. There's another good look at that kitchen, just a great looking kitchen. That's a nice shot. How would you like to have that one for your pantry there? It's a really popular selection with us. People really like the pantries. Great looking kitchen. There's a good shot of the canned lights. I was saying they added those to the great room, which just gives it, you know, a lot of presence with your lighting. And I really like that they selected those in there. Here's a look at the half bath, which I really like those colors they picked in there. I think that bathroom looks really sharp with that color. I'm going to have to ask them what color that was. I really, really like that one. It's going to bring us, show us the utility room here real quick.
And Joe, we had a question from Katie. She's wondering how tall the ceilings are in this house and what the options are for that.
Great call, Katie. So as I mentioned earlier, they did select 9-foot ceilings on here, standard or 8, and they did do 9-foot ceilings here. And that would be that'd be the main floor. And then something to consider is when you do 9-foot ceilings with Adair, all the windows on the main level do become a foot taller. The upper cabinets are normally 30 inches tall. They become 36 inches tall. And then the garage door is normally 7 feet tall. That becomes 8 feet tall. So great question, Katie.
She's wondering if they can do 10-foot ceilings.
We can do it as a custom option. So it's something you can just talk to your home ownership counselor about, and you can get that pricing and established. And again, that would be first floor. Is that correct, Chuck?
Well, and we could do anything. So a couple things to mention about that. So when you're working with a home ownership counselor, you're going to have preset options for any home. That it could be a 9-foot ceiling on the first level, tiled shower in the master bathroom. We've got hundreds of preset options for you to choose from flooring to counters to plumbing to electrical fixtures, all on these items. But if if there's something specific that you want to do, add windows, enlarge a pantry, change the island shape, whatever it might be, you'll work directly with a home ownership counselor on tweaking and modifying that plan, to exactly what you want. And so if you haven't reached out to your local branch, I'd strongly encourage you to. A lot of us have been doing this for quite some time, and we know, we have a lot of tips and tricks and things that other people have done, and can give you a lot of great advice if there's something that you're really focused on doing.
Yeah, and one of the things that I think a lot of the families that I work with really like is that when you do have that wish list and are wondering about 10-foot ceilings or adding windows, you're able to go through the process with your home ownership counselor to get all those priced out for you. That way, if it's something that you determine doesn't fit into your budget, you don't have to select it, but you're able to price it out and know exactly how much that would cost.
Joe, do you want to back up to the great room real quick?
Great room?
Yep.
There we go.
And so where it turns to show the sliding glass door, so maybe just hit play for a sec.
Sliding glass door?
Yep.
Is that more the dining?
Yeah, if you hit play, we'll probably come across it here. And so we had a question about
I don't think it ever got to, did it show it?
Maybe. We'll see if we turn around here in a second. The question was revolving around sliding glass doors. A lot of people might have a view property and they really want to have the back of the house provide a great view. You can go ahead and keep playing. Oh, there we go. So we can do options that are something other than like a sliding glass door. So you could do French doors with side lights, an atrium door, or if you really want a large window space, we can do a 4-panel slider, which is basically like a 12-foot long window with a center open. It's like a sliding glass door, but it's a center open door. So if you want a real big kind of picture window out back, the 4-panel slider would be a really good option. We don't do the accordion style doors. We've tried it. They, from a warranty standpoint, just not something that we're going to do any further. But we do have a really nice option for the 4-panel slider.
Good. Utility again. Now we're going into the master bedroom, so you can see primary suite.
And what do we select for a trim package on this home?
So trim package on here, they stayed with the complimentary, just standard windows here. So it's just going to be the sheetrock all 4 sides around there. but you do get the complementary millwork, which is baseboards up and around doorways and closets, and that's what you're looking at. So it's a really good finish there. There's the walk-in closet. That the shelf and pull is also standard in there. A lot of people ask about either if it's wire baskets or a shelf and pull. It is a shelf and pull. Again, I really like the colors they picked in this house. Look at that bathroom, looks super sharp going from that other nice color into this one.
And Joe, we got a question. What countertops come in a standard package on a home?
So it's going to be a standard laminate, which a lot of people really like what we do. The standard laminates look really good, but obviously you can choose granite, you can choose quartz, you can do a tile countertop. So plenty of choices.
And then Katie had another question about window trim options. What standard and what options do we have?
Okay, so I think that, let me see if I can run it to forward here. So there you can see the standard. It's going to be sheetrock all the way around. And then we have three other options. You can do a sill and apron, you can do a craftsman window wrap, or an architectural wrap. And all our design centers show examples of all the different options that you can select from. Again, they stuck with the standard ones here, and I think it's a super clean look, but obviously it's nice that you have three other options that you can also go to if you'd like. I like that too. There's the standard interior doors. You get to look at how, I mean, they're pretty nice. 6-panel interior doors and standard knobs. I mean, it's a really good look.
And we have a couple more questions. The carpet, is that an upgraded carpet or a standard carpet?
That is an upgraded carpet right there. That is, it's a travertine color that's pretty popular. And they did a lot of upgraded carpet throughout the house, and that one there you're seeing is upgraded.
And then Katie's wondering also about closet organizers, if we have closet organizer systems.
So you can customize different options there. You would just let your homeownership counselor kind of what you're thinking, and we can add different things into closets. Chuck, you have any more comments on that customization?
No, not really. If you've got something really specific, we might just delete the closet hardware potentially, or if you want like a wood organized double shelf and pull, things along those lines, built-in shelving inside of it, we could definitely work with you on it. We even have some homes that have islands available in the closets, if the closets are so large. So we would work directly with you on whatever it is that you're looking to do. So again, yeah, we've got standard options, and then if there's something else you want to do, we're more than happy to explore what custom options we could work with you on as far as that kind of stuff goes. A great question from Robin about financing.
Mm-hmm.
Do we provide financing?
We do. So Adair has a sister company, Adair Financial Services, and we highly recommend them. There's a ton of advantages of using them as your lender. So when you initially, make a phone call in or meet with your homeownership counselor, you can also call in and just get the information, but we connect you directly with the loan officer who handles your branch, and they can get you a pre-qualification letter pretty quick so you can establish a budget. And then it just moves you straight forward to go into, a site visit and planning out pricing and getting all that set.
And if anybody else has any kind of financing type questions, go ahead and pop them into the Q&A. We know enough to be dangerous or to put you in good hands if you've got some specific questions.
And as you see that, so that was the upgraded carpet, and they obviously went ahead and selected it all the way up the stairs as well. So it's just upgraded carpet throughout there. It's really nice carpet. So now obviously we went up the stairs here. Great look at this room. This is really nice. Yeah, their color selection was just super cool, the way they painted the house. Great views. Just a beautiful property.
And Joe, we've got a couple more questions coming in. You can go ahead and answer Katie's real quick. Can the upstairs room be vaulted? And can we pick our own colors? So I'm going to assume pink colors.
Yes, you can. So you always have the option to have Adair paint for you, but we also give you the option to paint it yourself, or find somebody to paint it for you. So yes, you can definitely pick different colors, and you can either do it yourself or have Adair paint it.
And then Robin has questions about financing. So we can kind of tackle this. What is the current interest rate for 30-year mortgages? So it depends on who you are, your credit score. There's a lot of variables that go into that. The construction loan program that we work with will be, as competitive as that you can get on the open market for any fixed rate mortgage. So because it's a construction loan, it's not your long-term rate will not be impacted by the fact that you're doing kind of a construction loan. So the 30-year fixed would be as competitive as anything else. The qualification requirements, Joe, what is the current credit score requirement? Is it 680?
It's 680 is the minimum right now, yes.
And then as far as the down payment goes, if you don't own the property, the minimum down payment for the total project would be 5%. So, and you can use that money to pay for everything you need in the project. It can purchase the property, it can pay for your development costs, and of course it'll pay for the home. And then the standard construction loan is a 5% down construction loan. I would say for anybody that's specifically looking at this plan, I've walked quite a few of these. I've worked with a number of customers on this home. It is a great family plan for people that, for like growing families and things like that. That bonus room upstairs is enormous. So if you're looking for a big playroom for the kids or teenagers that are playing video games all night long, things along those lines, it is definitely a great plan for families and stuff like that. It's definitely kind of the adults get the downstairs, the kids get the upstairs kind of a plan.
This is pretty cool too, because normally there's a door going into the toilet area here and a wall, and they actually eliminated that. So that's what their preference was, which just gives you an example of how you can customize it to what flows best for your family. So that's a good look at that restroom. It's a standard tub shower there, pretty nice. Again, great selection on colors. I like how they did the different rooms, different colors. That looks pretty nice.
Amanda's got a good question. I'll go ahead and answer it. The master bathroom comes with two sinks included in the price. Bathroom 2, or this upstairs bathroom, only includes one sink in the standard price, but there is an option to add a second sink up there if you'd like. So yes, we can definitely add a sink in the upstairs bathroom.
Yes.
Robin's wondering if buyers need to have their own land, or does Adair provide the land? So Adair does not own any properties, but at most of your branches will have really good realtor relationships and contacts. So we can hand you off to a realtor that can assist you in finding a property, but we do not own property ourselves. Now, if you do a construction loan, that construction loan will purchase the property for you. So you can do all this at once. You can sort of spin all the plates at the same time and do a construction loan that will make that property purchase with you as part of what we're doing. And then we've got a question here. All the homes I've seen have a garage. Is there an option to not have a garage if the property already has one? Would the price be less without a garage?
So there is a credit for not having a garage or eliminating your garage. And just keep in mind, if you want to utilize a garage that's currently there, we cannot build onto that garage. But if it's a standalone, then of course you could keep it.
And when you see the credit, you'll see that we're inspiring you to keep the garage.
It's pretty worth it to keep the garage. Yes, the value for that garage is pretty high. Go back downstairs here. The video is pretty much done here, but I do want to get just a couple of shots here. There's that wraparound porch. Let me go back just a little bit. It's a great shot of that wraparound porch, which is look at that. I mean, I think that is just so nice. And then that's another good look at what that signature finish looks like when you select that exterior option. We'll get one last shot at the very back there of that. Yeah, I really like that. And look at their property, just a beautiful property.
We'll tackle a couple questions here. So start at the bottom. Landscaping is not included in anything that we do. So you could, as part of your construction loan, if you wanted to, you could hire a landscaping company to do landscaping work for you, but it's not something that we do or we even offer for customers. So landscaping would be something that you would handle outside of us. Katie is wondering if we do decking or outside concrete work.
So we do not. We do have a turnkey package that does offer some of the outside concrete work, but in general, if you do not do turnkey, then you would do your own concrete work and your own decking. And then I was just going to mention, Chuck, on that landscaping, I do know that as long as it fits into your budget, you can include some landscaping in your loan as well.
And then Scott asked, sorry if this has been answered, but general pricing for all standard options, is there a price per square foot? So Scott, I would tell you that depends on where you're building. So the different regions and areas will have different pricing. So the first thing that you'll do, but if you go, Joe can show maybe one more time where to find that. We put all the pricing online for the base prices of the house. So if you go to the website and you select the area you're looking to build, and then go ahead and scroll down, Joe. So depending on where you're building, but we'll just go to our region or whatever. And then for the different exterior prices, you'll see prices right here. So this house is 2,512 square feet. So what is that? Just the base price of the house with the standard features is, just over $100 a square foot for this house. That does not include the property, and that does not include your development costs of that property. So there's always going to be three numbers that go into a total build. But you can always look at the base price of a house on our website. Amanda is wondering how much more is turnkey, and maybe we could just talk for a minute about what turnkey is and what those options look like, Joe.
Well, turnkey is just going to be a portion of your site development is going to now be taken upon Adair to complete for you. It's going to include some things like excavation, some of the flat work, like I mentioned, cement work. We'll give you a detail on what it is. It varies by floor plan, obviously, because the larger the floor plan, the more prep work there is. There are some things that still fall upon the homeowner when there is turnkey, but again, that's an advantage to you to save money. You still do your own permitting, you still do your own painting is still part of the homeowner responsibility with turnkey, but it does vary from floor plan to floor plan. On a plan like this, I'm going to guess it's, what do you think, Chuck, about 35,000 maybe?
I'd say probably closer to 40.
Closer to 40. So on a plan like this, and it does vary from plan to plan. So but that's something, again, that's really nice, because when you are talking to your home ownership counselor and trying to price it all together, they can give you just a quick quote on how much that would be and really detail for you what's included and what's not included. So you can make a determination if it's the best move for you to include the turnkey into your home order.
As a builder, we were established originally as presenting customers an option to build. So, the founding of Adair was established as giving customers an option to build a stick-built home on property where a lot of people previously would have gone manufactured. So we tried to find the most economical way to get people the option to have a stick-built home. So that's why when we started, we sort of broke off this site development piece. We gave people an opportunity for sweat equity, right? So you could do your own painting, you can hire your own excavator, you can put in your own driveway to your property, all these kinds of things. And a lot of our customers still want that sweat equity option. They still want to do a lot of that work. But times have changed. People are busier than they used to be. Life is different now. So we now have more turnkey options and things like that. We'll hire the excavator. We'll handle the concrete work on the outside. We'll pick up more details of the build than we did previously. And of course, there's some costs associated with that for us servicing the work and things like that. But regardless of the path that you want, we probably have a way to get you what you need. And we're just really focused on trying to help people keep in their budget. So there's my 2 cents on that one. And we got a bunch of questions that popped up. So Katie asked how we find property. So if you don't have a realtor, reach out to your local office. We have realtor contacts we can help put you in contact with to work on a property search. And I say to contact the local office because if you do have a realtor and you bring this up to them, likely they're not going to show you as much interest as they did before. So we've got good relationships with people where they'll give you where they'll treat you well and work with you on finding a good property. Finding property is a different skill set. So the people that we put you in contact with, we don't have any particular relationship other than we're confident in their ability to help you find the property. Joe, do we have any options for solar panels?
So what my understanding that we don't do a lot of those in this region, but we do some prep work. So then it's really easy for you to add those later. Is that kind of how you understand it, Chuck?
Yeah, it's kind of like a solar ready system. If you know exactly what you're going to put in, we can get the specs to it and prepare make sure the electrical panel is prepared to accept the system and things like that. But then you would hire the solar company to do all the installation work of the actual solar panels. Let's see here. Does the base price include hooking up the utilities if they're on the property? If they are not located on the property, are you able to verify the ability cost to install a septic or well, or is that all on the buyer?
So that's all part of the complimentary site visit that we do, where now you're going to actually, this could be before you buy the property, or if you already own the property, you could get one of our construction superintendents come out who's a building expert and identify the locations for those, and then let you know what the process would be to establish that pricing, again, before you actually sign anything with Adair, or possibly if you haven't bought the property yet, before you actually decide to buy the property.
And we have, at all the branches, we have strong relationships with people that can execute that work for you. So if you don't know an excavator, we all the branches have someone that will do excavation and septic installation, and we do a lot of properties with these folks. So we tend to get a good response, and they'll get you a bid for that work quickly, so that you have transparency to how much this is actually going to cost. Is there a fee for looking at the property for that development? No, our site evaluation, we do the site evaluations at no cost. We are working with you to try and keep this into a reasonable budget for the customer and things like that. So we do the property evaluation, can build the price of the house, can work with you on gathering bids for the property development, so that you have a real fundamentally good idea of how much this project is going to cost before you ever have to put money out to Adair Homes at all. And then Katie asked, do we have to have the property before we come talk to you? What are your thoughts on that, Joe?
Not at all. I mean, Adair can help you with identifying some property as far as connecting you with a realtor that can help you identify it. And like Chuck mentioned, then we can help you actually determine if that's the right property for you, because there are different costs in developing different properties, and you're going to want to know that. And then at the same time as you're conducting your research and due diligence on the cost of developing the lot, you're working with your home ownership counselor on pricing out the home the way you want it. It may be exactly the way we have it already. You may want to make some modifications. You may want to look at what some upgrades look like. And so going through the Adair process, you come in and meet with us before any of that is established. Going through the process, you will then identify a piece of property and the cost, how much it's going to cost to develop the property, and how much that house is. So now you will actually have land, site development, and house, the total budget for what this would cost for you before you actually take out the loan, before you actually officially buy the property, or again, before you give Adair any money or sign any contracts with Adair. So to me, that's just really unmatched in this industry.
Yeah, and I would go talk to a homeownership counselor, because they can talk to you and work with you on coming up with a game plan on how to do this. I can't tell you how many times we'll talk to a customer and they have no context for what we're doing here, and that conversation gives them a roadmap. So even if next month isn't the right month to start it, at least it gives you a fundamental understanding of what you got to do to be ready to kind of do this. So I would encourage anybody to come in and talk to a homeownership counselor if they're ready to do this. Is there somewhere online that I can see all your colors and selections? So there isn't. These things change all the time. You know, we're always updating our colors and our selections and things like that. On any of the floor plans, we'll either have virtual walkthroughs or lots of good photos and things like that. But if you want to see what our current selections are, again, I would point you to a branch. We've got all the finished samples in the branch for the most part. So we'll have the quartzes and the granites and the cabinet samples and the flooring samples. All the flooring samples are visible at the branch. So if you wanted to see everything that we've got currently, come to our branch and we can kind of show you around. Oh, David's got a great question. Joe, you ready for this? Can you bring your own home plan to Adair and go through the same process of pricing?
So when you bring your own plan, it's a little bit different, but yes, you can bring your own plan, and yes, Adair will build it. The reason the pricing is a little bit different is because now we're talking about a home that Adair's never built before. So we're going to have to go through a process of determining how much it's going to cost to build it and design it and all these different things. So it's a different process than I just mentioned, where you can establish all your pricing up front, but Adair is still going to assist you with, you know, the land and how you're going to do the due diligence to establish a site development cost. But the actual process of getting the home priced out is just a little bit different. We ask for a deposit, you get to meet with a design team, and eventually you get that price in front of you, obviously before you sign for the contract, but you do put some money down first.
Okay. So yeah, so if you have plans, I'm becoming a broken record here. Go talk to a homeownership counselor and they can take a look at it with you and give you just a very rough idea of what it would look like, depending on the complexity of what it is that you're looking to build. And they'll let you know if there's things that we can or cannot do, or we do, offer or don't offer as part of that process. Let's see here. The expenses are the land, development, and the house. What other expenses should we consider as far as permits or anything else? How much should we budget beyond the development of the house? So I would say, so let's talk. So the two easy ones are the land and the house, right? So that's real transparent. We put the price of the house online, the land's whatever the land is. Mm-hmm. Development. So all the things that go in development are permits, utilities. So that'd be septic, well, and power. So obviously, if you're in a city, they'll have, the system development charges to plug into the sewer system and all that. If you're on a property, you'll have a well and a septic, and who knows how much to bring power from wherever power is to your build site. You'll have excavation, driveway and gravel. Let's see here. Currently, painting is something we put in site development. Is a piece. And then there's some ancillary costs, insurances and stuff like that. But I would say those are the big hitters. What do you think, Joe?
Yes, those are definitely the ones that are the ones you want to mainly establish. The other one's like porta potty, not too expensive, but it's part of your expense.
Okay, cool. We've got no open questions. So is the videos complete there, Joe?
The video is complete.
Okay, perfect. All right, we'll give you guys a couple more minutes, see if anybody else has any questions here. But that would complete our view of the Creston today. You want to go ahead and scroll down and show where they can find the virtual open houses in the photos as well. And then I'll ask you
The virtual tour.
yeah, just show folks how to access it and things like that. So a general budget for the development. Where are you, Ms. Liss, where are you building? And as you're answering that, Portland, and is it going to be it's going to be in the city? So Portland had, so Joe, you'd be better. And is it a flat lot or is it on a hillside? Okay, so Joe, with permits in Portland on a flat lot, what could somebody expect for site development costs?
Are you talking just permits only or total?
No, just site development in general on a flat lot in the city of Portland. Because I know they've got the sidewalk developments and stuff like that. So
permits vary so much. So, I mean, if it's a flat lot in the city with city water and sewer, the power's fairly easy to get to. You're probably going to be looking right around that 90,000 maybe.
And a big chunk of that goes to the city of Portland, huh?
Yeah, that's a lot of that is just because the city of Portland's a little bit more expensive to build in. Yeah.
Yeah, your excavation would probably be maybe $15,000 to $20,000. But yeah, I know Portland probably takes a $40,000 bite out of you to build in the city right now. And then Robin is wondering how to become a favored realtor with your local Adair area. Call them. I'm sure they would love to. I'm sure they would love to talk to you.
Yes.
Where are you at, Robin? Olympia, Washington. We have an office in Olympia, so I would encourage you to just call the local office right there, and I am certain they would love to talk to you. Okay, great. Well, hey, we really appreciate everybody joining us today. We like to do these frequently to show as many houses as possible and answer questions. So that's so we really appreciate you coming, and we're going to leave it at that. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you.